For generations, teams have been judged based on their core youth and criticised on their ability to make the right selections when it comes to the draft. These players are expected to come into the league and make an immediate impact, but more often than not, it takes a few years for these players to fully develop into their prime. But there are a small minority within this category of young players that reach an extremely impactful stage early on in their career. Welcome back, it's All Ball, and today we'll be ranking the top 10 best young NBA players 23 and under. Now let's get right into it. Before we kick off 10th place, I'd like to acknowledge some of the honourable mentions that just missed out. These go out to Anthony Edwards, DeAndre Ayton, Jaren Jackson Jr., Colin Sexton, Michael Porter Jr. and John Collins. These players all in their own right could definitely be interchanged into the list when they're at their peak, but unfortunately some of these players have only just started to show potential, or they haven't shown enough just yet, but have definitely compelled their cases at the best of times. At number 10, we've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai came out of Kentucky in the 2018 draft at pick 11 to the Hornets. In the past 3 seasons he's been in the league, he's been traded to the Clippers and then to the Thunder at the beginning of last season. Shai's stats from a younger player were absurd as he led the Thunder in scoring both seasons he's played there. Shai's offensive game is a lead at his age bracket as he runs OKC's offensive structure every time he's on the floor. His game is based around his isolation plays, but then using his passing ability as a weapon and then becoming a catch and shoot threat. I truly believe Shai would thrive being put in the right system, or if the Thunder were to bring him some help so he doesn't have to entirely run the offense through himself. At the number 9 spot, we've got De'Aaron Fox. Also coming out of Kentucky, Fox was taken with the 5th pick to Sacramento in the 2017 draft. He was the perfect pick for the Kings as they were in need of a replacement for their aging list of point guards, and De'Aaron had the right skill set that they were looking for. Fox has shown ever since the college level that his X factor is without a doubt his speed and athleticism. He has naturally been a shifty guard that can get to the ring and finish with emphasis, similar to Russell Westbrook, but has started to take his game to the next level by adding a solid outside shot to his arsenal. De'Aaron will only get better with experience, but don't be surprised if in the next few years you see his name up in the All-Star voting. At the number 8 position, we've got LaMelo Ball. LaMelo was taken with pick 3 in the 2020 draft, where he came straight out of the NBL to be picked up onto the Hornets roster. Ball has already shown his versatility as being a 6'6" point guard, but just this past season he took home the Rookie of the Year award and showed his superstar potential. LaMelo bases his game around running the offense and playmaking at his height. He has shown several glimpses of his unique passing set, which has led the entire NBA world to realize the extremely high ceiling he possesses. If he's able to develop a more consistent jump shot, whilst also tweaking small parts in his defensive game, he'll become one of the more dominant point guards in the league. At our number 7 spot, we have Ja Morant. Drafted in 2019 with the 2nd pick to the Grizzlies, Morant wasn't a highly touted prospect up until college, but balled out for Murray State University. Much like De'Aaron Fox, Ja is an explosive athlete, but his X factor is much attributed to his finishing at the rim. His bounce and ability to get so high off the ground is what his game has been focused around during the very start of his career, but this past season has begun to include a 3-point shot to his game, which was highly criticised about his playing style. This gift he's got to jump has led him to having the title of being an almost player, as he's had so many could have been highlights. His hot start to his career will only keep getting hotter once he's able to finish these plays, which will mean he'll add to his quickly expanding highlight reel. His crazy athleticism, despite missing some highlight reel worthy moments, allowed him to take home Rookie of the Year in 2020. Morant's ceiling is that of some of the greatest point guard dunkers to play the game, such as Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook. At number 6, we've got Brandon Ingram. Ingram was taken with the 2nd pick in the 2016 draft to the Lakers, where he would play 3 seasons with them before being shipped to the Pelicans as a part of the Anthony Davis package deal. He had an immediate impact on his new team, earning himself the Most Improved award that year, whilst also earning his first All-Star appearance of his career. Ingram has shown he is a very capable scorer and shooter at his height with a decent ball handle to work with. Once Ingram uses his length at a more impactful level on the defensive end, he will be able to take his game to the next level. His stature and game style of recent has drawn him comparisons to Kevin Durant. Although his scoring ability isn't at Durant's level, his unicorn-like game style draws spectators to see the striking resemblances. In the number 5 spot, we've got Zion Williamson. Zion was drafted out of Duke and was taken with the first pick to the Pelicans, just ahead of Ja Morant in the 2019 draft. For most of Williamson's first season, he was out due to injury but returned halfway through the year to take the league by storm and almost take out Rookie of the Year. Zion's elite factor in his game is his freakish athleticism and his height and weight, as he has more muscle than most players in the league, yet can pull off dunks a lot of extremely athletic guards can't even do. The numbers he was putting up were solid enough to earn himself his debut All-Star appearance in the 2020-21 season, as he was able to stay healthy. Zion is an extremely hard player to give a comparison to, but the closest he comes to is a prime Blake Griffin, and I believe his ceiling is even much higher than Blake's. At the number 4 position we have Bam Adebayo. Bam attended Kentucky and was taken with the 14th overall pick in the 2017 draft to the Heat. Bam started off his first 2 seasons slowly as a development piece off the bench for Miami, but had a breakout season during the 2019-2020 season where he took off and found a starting role on a Heat team that went to the finals that season and took the Lakers to 6 games. Throughout the playoffs and regular season, Bam has shown his defensive presence as anyone who goes in the paint simply doesn't stand a chance. His length and jumping ability makes for the perfect combination to become a blocking machine, which is why over the past few years he's been up in contention for the Defensive Player of the Year award. Adebayo is versatile for a center, as he has a reasonable enough jump shot, and what he lacks in height he makes up for with his ball handling ability. His defensive presence and undersized stature at the center position has led many to believe he has shown shades of Shawn Kemp at times with similar games and stat lines. His production and presence when on the floor has earned him his first All-Star selection during the 2019-2020 season. From what Bam has already shown over his young career, we can already see he is just improving and adding to his game. Make sure to let me know in the comments below how you would have ranked your top 10 and how I went. If you're still watching, you may as well hit the like button and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out immensely. Now let's get back into the list. With our number 3 position, we've got Trae Young. Trae went to Oklahoma and was taken with the 5th pick to the Mavericks in the 2018 draft. On the exact same night, only minutes after the selection was made, Trae was traded to the Hawks, where he would play his entire career up until now. Young has always had the focal point of his game around his offense. He is an elite shooter who can take and make consistent shots from 30 plus feet. He also has a strong mid-range game along with a gentle floater for when he's around the rim. Although Trae has never been a great defender, he makes it all up in what he creates in the offense with an elite scoring guard that can work well in the pick and roll situation with Clint Capella and John Collins. His elite scoring ability would earn him an All-Star appearance in the 2019-2020 season, which we can only assume this number will increase in the future. His range shooting and elite ball handling skills have many believing that he has the potential to be the next Stephen Curry. With the number 2 spot, we've got Jason Tatum. Tatum was selected with the 3rd pick in the 2017 draft to the Celtics coming out of Duke. Tatum is better known for his shiftiness at his height, whilst also being an elite finisher, ball handler, and shooter. His height allows him to be able to take and make tough shots over shorter opponents. The stability he contains has earned him 2 All-Star appearances and a well-deserved All-NBA selection. His scoring ability and frame has drawn comparisons to a young Carmelo Anthony, but many, including myself, believe he has his sights set higher than Melo. His shortcoming though is his inconsistency when it comes to his performances, meaning he can score 50 one game and the next be limited to 10 or 15. He will obviously develop more consistency into his game as he gains more experience playing in the league, but for now this is what kept him out of being the number 1 spot. With the number 1 spot on the list, this may not come to a surprise to many, but is Luka Doncic. Luka was drafted straight out of the EuroLeague with the 3rd pick in the 2018 draft to the Hawks. He was immediately traded right after to the Mavericks for Trae Young, which ended up being a win for both parties. Doncic in his short career has already shown he can do it all, from finishing to playmaking to outside shooting. He has the entire package. His highlight reel is already significant, let alone knowing he's a 3rd-year player who hasn't even peaked yet. He has already shown he has that it factor teams so desperately try to obtain, and has shown it when it really matters by hitting game winners time and time again, and making the right choice when it comes to the offensive end. His trophy case is already expanding at a rapid rate, and he has already taken home Rookie of the Year, 2 All-Star appearances, and 2 All-NBA appearances, which is an amazing feat. Just about all NBA fans at this point are understanding that this man, for his age, has no weakness, but I believe his real one weakness is his temper, which can be to his detriment in some situations. But other than that, I can't see any holes in his game. If Luka is to continue down this road he is headed, he may potentially be in the same conversations as LeBron James and join the list of all-time greats. Thanks for watching, hope you all enjoyed, and until next time.